I basically got started, in martial arts when I was little, and been in martial arts my whole life. The thing that MMA hardcore, team hardcore is about is not just the fighting aspect of mixed martial arts. There's a lot of people who haven't been into into martial arts, boxers, wrestlers, street fighters that are really tough people, but they don't have the respect and the discipline that martial artists have. That's one thing we try to bring here at Hardcore is a martial arts attitude. All of our fighters are very humble, very respectful. My gym is a family-oriented place. We have kids, we have women, and we just try to bring the martial arts respect and values across our training, and let our fighters be role models. We don't want our guys to be bullies. We don't want somebody to walk into the gym and get oh, I'm a fighter, and they get beat up and pushed around, and they don't want to come back and train. We want our guys to help them out. Yes, you're a fighter, yeah, you're tough, but you don't need to prove that to everybody that walks through the door. So that's basically what we try to do here at our gym. I try to bring that martial arts value through the door, not just a fighting aspect. As for myself, when I moved here to Idaho, I was 18 years old. I had some grappling experience, trained with some of the Gracies, and basically was kind of cocky. 18 years old, I can beat up anybody. I moved to Idaho from Arizona. I'm like, Idaho, there's nobody here. This is going to be place I can run through all the karate schools and beat everybody up. And so I went to the high schools and wrestled all the wrestlers and tapped out all the Nampa High kids, and that's where I met Justin Eilers. He wasn't there that day, and he heard some little guy came to the gym and tapped everybody out, and so he showed up at my karate school wanting to fight. So me and him went for it for 28 minutes, and he was a lot bigger than me. He was about 220 pounds at the time. I was about 119 pounds at the time. And we went for 28 minutes. Neither one of us ended up winning. We were both tired, gassed out, and he was pretty upset because he couldn't beat me. He'd never lost a wrestling match, and just left. And the next morning he called me. He's like, I don't know what that stuff was, but I want to learn it. And so me and him started training, and a couple days after that he introduced me to Mike Kyle, which he played football with. And Mike was kind of a younger kid. He was 16 at the time, so I showed him, it's funny, I showed him like some wrist locks and some, just dumb stuff, and he, oh wow, that's so cool. And so all three of us really, started training, and that's where MMA started for us. In 1994, I went down to Utah and competed in the Shinjitsu Challenge, which was a tournament-style fight, no weight divisions. I fought guys 185 pounds, 165 pounds, and I was 128. I won my first match in 13 seconds. My second match went 9 minutes, and my third match I lost to one of Pedro Sauer's jiu-jitsu guys by a gi choke, and that was 3 minutes into the fight. So that was my first real MMA experience. After that, I was hooked. I came back to Boise. Some local promoters started putting together some shows. I started fighting in some local shows, started doing fairly well. And then I heard a promoter back in Arizona, which is where I was originally from, was putting together the Rage in the Cage. So I went back to Arizona. I fought in the very first Rage in the Cage in 1998, and I won that against a 185-pound opponent. I was 138 at the time. Then I fought in Rage in the Cage 2, 3, and 4, and I won all 3 of those. And then I came back here to Idaho, and I was pretty, confident in myself. I had, fought a lot of tough guys down in Arizona, and had to fight Josh Thompson. Didn't really know much about him. They told me he was just a wrestler, and basically I wasn't prepared like I needed to be, and Josh, kicked my butt. It was a good fight. We went, a good round and a half, and he ended up getting me with a knee strike. After that, I stopped fighting for about a year, just got back to training, realized, I wasn't as tough as I thought I was. It kind of humbled me up a little bit. And then just continued fighting, had some more shows here in Idaho. I fought in Strike Force on Showtime. My last fight was actually for the IFC world title. and that was in 2008. I won that fight. After that, unfortunately, that was the year my friend Justin got murdered, and I kind of lost my drive for training, and that was the year I had retired. And here I am training guys at the gym, and I've got, you know, world-class fighters like Colton Vaughn and Gabe Miranda and Lonnie Burton that are all pros that train here at the gym. And we probably have about 30 amateurs that are, you know, working their way up. Some of the guys, they have no desire to go to the UFC. They just have it on their bucket list and just want to, you know, get a fight and see how well they do. And then I have some guys that are here every single day training, and, you know, they want to take it as far as they can. And, you know, I have some guys here that will.